Frank Clark was released, and I heard some 49er fans talking about should the 49ers go get him. Now, they did just go get Randy Gregory, but I thought I would ask your opinion. Do you think that the 49ers should be open to getting a guy like Frank Clark?
I think this is an intriguing debate. Frank Clark is a solid player. I mean, there are off the field concerns, definitely off the field concerns for Frank Clark. I think that you can entertain it if you do the due diligence and ensure that Frank Clark, those off the field concerns don't affect or impact the locker room itself, and that he's willing to buy into the culture. I think that you can do it because they just did a similar thing with Randy Gregory. While the off the field concerns were a completely different reason, Gregory obviously with the suspensions due to
Yeah,
the drug issues and things like that, which obviously is not an issue now, but it's a completely different scenario there. But overall, I think that you can, if you want to do it, you got to do your due diligence here. But I also think the 49ers are content with the way that they are. And instead, my advice would be here, if you're looking to add at the defensive line room, I would personally prefer trying to go after a guy like they did back in 2020 with Jordan Willis or 21 with O'Menahue, a guy with multiple years of team control that you don't necessarily need to fully contribute this season, but instead a young piece who you believe can develop and potentially contribute in 2024 when some of the guys on the roster right now might go for bigger deals in free agency. Gregory likely doesn't he doesn't likely return, just given that he's got no guaranteed money and $14 million worth of salary. So the 49ers either amend that deal and he returns on a much cheaper salary, or he's a free agent next year. You're going to need some replacements. That would be my solution there.
I completely agree. I think if the 49ers were going to make some trade, like if we're talking more trade deadlines, I think adding some maybe lesser known players specifically in that secondary would be really important, so that the 49ers potentially don't need to rely on Ambry Thomas if there's any injuries going on there. But yeah, I personally just, you know, being a woman and a fan, don't want Frank Clark on the team, would not be interested in rooting for him at all. But thought I would talk about that. I do know, like, some people's opinion is if the 49ers don't get him, a different contender will get him. If we're strictly speaking by his play, I also just don't think he's as good as he used to be. So not only is he a hassle and not a good person, but also I don't think his play is um, something to be extremely concerned about.